Why is it that men and women can't agree on the essential elements of a floor plan? I mean, what's the point of building a dream Barndominium home without the dreams in it? Things like man caves, extra bays in the garage, home theater with sub-bass. My wife hated the last floor plan I made. Literally hated it. But she didn't tell me for a few days, leaving me to work out the little details that would, of course, never see the light of day. She didn't tell me because she didn't want to crush my dreams. She loves me that way. Of course, I'll never get back the time that I spent designing all the exact locations for the electrical outlets in the shop, but the experience caused me to ask, what do women really want in a floor plan? Especially women with kids. And who even are these mystical creatures we call women? So I was bound and determined to find the answer to this unknowable mystery and find a floor plan that would blow my wife away. Who says that women can't be understood and to not even try? I was now on a mission. What follows is my quest to find and to show my wife the ultimate Barndominium floor plan. But will she like it? Or kick me to the curb?
And already I'm noticing a problem.
My first thought was the kitchen, right? You know, that place with all the food in it and it's nearly impossible to keep clean. Women want to have a fabulous kitchen. You got to have the granite and the stainless appliances, all the fancy stuff. And then I thought, maybe I'll ask my wife and see what she says. Now, she said that while all that stuff is really nice, what women really want is a highly functional kitchen. And that's when she introduced me to the concept of the golden triangle. There are 3 points in the kitchen that are critical for a functioning kitchen, and that is the fridge, the stove, and the sink. And when you go back between those 3 spots, it creates the golden triangle. You want to save the steps. You don't want to have to walk a mile from the garage with your groceries to get to the kitchen. Plus, it needs to be centrally located for things like family time, social occasions when you have guests over. My curiosity was piqued. Perhaps my wife did have the answers to these questions. What do you think of this plan? I asked. She said, that house is way too huge. Has too many bathrooms and would be impossible to keep clean. I made a mental note. The house needs to be the size that's perfect for the family and not bigger. Then one day I showed her a plan and she took the time to enlighten me on what exactly a split bedroom floor plan was. You know, kids on this side, the parents on that side, and how I would be the primary beneficiary of such a fabulous design. So, armed and dangerous with my newfound knowledge, I dove into the research process and I discovered that most floor plans out there are really pretty lame. They're designed by men who spend very little time at home. So after sifting through the chaff, I stumbled upon the following plan. So if I'm really going to impress my wife with this, I need to print this floor plan off in large format. And it just so happens that my son Andrew owns a company called Fox.hollow.art.prints, and they do all kinds of fabulous large format printing on canvas, art for family pictures. I'm going to put his Instagram link in the description below.
Okay, so the first thing I have to do is orient myself to where the house is. Noticing here that this says front porch and this says rear porch. So I'm trying to orient myself saying if I'm going to come into the house, I'm coming in right here.
Yes.
And already I'm noticing a problem.
Problem right off the bat.
Sorry. Okay, I'll tell you something I like first.
That's always good for a male ego.
The thing I like first is the big front porch.
Ooh.
I like
full-length front porch.
Yeah, lots of front porch. I do like that. So a lot of family time, I think, takes place outside. And it's going to be in these covered areas. And this makes for a beautiful place for entertaining company, for having family over, just enjoying being outside together. But then you come in here, and the first thing you see is beep, 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 beep. My dirty dishes in the sink.
Terrible.
I don't like that. Maybe some people don't care, and maybe some people keep their kitchen so clean, but we're cooking for 9 kids. There's a lot of dishes. There's a lot of activity going on here. Having a beeline from my guest to my kitchen is probably not my favorite thing in the world.
Uh-oh.
Bum, bum, bum. There's a great room here and a great room here.
How many great rooms do we possibly need?
That's really redundant. When I see something like this, I think either this needs to be closed in right here and have its own separate like den area where you could have like a TV room or a library. But the thing is, here's your guest bathroom right here.
Mm-hmm. So
it also needs to be accessible. So it makes me wonder if the whole plan ought not to just be turned around.
So now this is the front door.
That's the front door.
This gets blocked off.
And this becomes a well, but now we have another problem. If this is the formal entry, you got the master bedroom right up. Okay, so coming back around. Okay, wait, pause the count. I'm gonna have to do some things here because I can see some things I want to change. I love some things that I'm seeing here, but I think what we try to do is maybe put in a door right here. This leaves this area, and maybe that's actually good for the master because now we've got actually an added layer of privacy over here where we don't have kids running in and out all day long, right? It's like, hey, my area stays the way I leave it because kids aren't running.
Well, so much for the split floor plan idea. Sounds like I'm not the primary beneficiary at all. I think she just wants to keep the kids out of her stuff.
This gives you a double door entry here, and this would be a double entry into, this adds your, what did we call that? Intimacy gradient. It depends on how well they know you. They might just be stuck staying at the door, talking to you at the door, but if they really know you, they come into this room. And this is just gonna be a greeting room. And then you come through the double doors, and that is where the real life and living takes place. Family, really good friends, they're allowed back here. Everybody else can stay here. Am I bad that way? It seems excessive to have a 5-car garage.
A 5-car garage!
Although this is a Barndominium, so it's not like this, it's like a different, looking at it differently because you have this space here on a Barndominium.
Right, and because it's just one big rectangle, this whole end of the house becomes the 5-car garage, and it doesn't cost you any more.
Okay, so I really like that because we have how many cars with how many kids that are constantly needing a place to park, and they're always parked outside. We have
Ow, it's like we're getting somewhere. Seems like my efforts to extol the virtues of Garage-topia are finally starting to pay off. The man cave, though, that might be pushing it.
We have 5 cars that need to be parked. Okay, but here's my spot right here in the middle.
Why do you get this spot?
Because I'm taking all the groceries out of the car and I'm coming in through the mudroom with the groceries. Now this is a bonus. Car, kitchen. You only have to go this far to bring groceries.
He shoots, he scores. Remember I told you she wanted that whole garage kitchen thing? Husband of the month certificate going up on the wall later.
This part here needs to be changed.
What do we
This
do
is
here?
washer and dryer. And have you ever looked in the laundry room? Is it ever a clear path from here to here, or is there always something in the way? Oh, and it's an entryway, right? So you're gonna have all kinds of boots and shoes, and 9 kids, this is not gonna work.
How do you fix it?
So this is how I fix it. Are you ready? Okay. The washer and dryer goes here in the master closet. Okay, so there's your washer and
Wait,
dryer.
so washer and dryer in the master closet, revolution.
In the master closet, X that. No, nothing there. But then you say, oh, there's all these bedrooms. How are they gonna do their laundry? And I've solved that by adding a washer and dryer to this space. You gotta have it where it's being done so you're not carrying laundry.
Speaking of laundry, my wife recommends Eco Gals, Eco Squares laundry detergent sheets. You get rid of the stupid jug, you throw this little sheet in with the laundry, your clothes come out perfectly clean. You buy these on Amazon, follow the link below.
I have to know who's coming and going from my house and how I'm getting in and getting out of the house. So this is the next point here. This here has now become mudroom. And this is saying there's a freezer in here. I think it'd be okay to keep a no.
Oh, she discovered the office.
I just found out there's an office that need not be here. Okay. This is now one solid open room. So when you've got a bunch of people coming in through this door at once, you want to have a place for them to go so that you're not stuck in the middle. Should we grab some Legos?
Yes.
We can move the people around in the house as to how they move, really.
Now, what did this room become?
I'm thinking we ought to make it a craft room.
A craft room? Seriously? Ovaltine? I probably should have seen that one coming. You can make all your Christmas ornaments. You can wrap presents, sewing.
Homeschool projects. Like an appliance station.
Ooh, now you can have your freezer in there.
Yes, appliance station. So the craft room would actually like take up part of it, but then we're gonna put an F here for freezer. You say you have a blender in here, or your Bosch where you're making bread. Things like that you'd never have in your kitchen, but you'd like to have a home for where they just stay all the time. So you have your mudroom coming in with lockers, so everybody drops their stuff here. Oh, but then you'd have to have a sink. You're still gonna have to have a sink in here so that you can wash your appliances. Because then, if you have a sink in here, you could also have another exterior sink right here for outside use, because it's gonna be plumbed that way. Anyway.
Yeah, that's right. Every self-respecting garage deserves an industrial-grade sink. In fact, I'm gonna head out right now and do a little bit of sink shopping.
I like this spot here because we have a big family. It looks like this dining room table, you could extend it out and move some of this furniture over and extend it so that you've got room for a bigger table when you need it. So when I'm just with the little kids, we'll just use the bar. With a 10-foot porch, you could have a table set up outside all the time. And you could even have like propane heaters out here for like cooler weather.
Well, that's one thing everybody can agree on. The beauty of grilling on the back porch. In fact, let's enjoy this montage of beautiful outdoor kitchen.
I like the big pantry. I like that you can have double ovens here. I think I would stick a dishwasher on both sides and a triple sink in the middle.
Double dishwasher?
Yeah. I like this too because a lot of homeschooling goes on here. I think like the kitchen table is just the place you do a lot of homeschooling. You could do a window seat underneath the windows here for reading. I like that. Should I know that? Am I supposed to know the golden triangle?
We're definitely gonna have to do some editing.
The golden triangle. Okay.
You don't remember the golden triangle that you taught me about?
Oh, I taught you?
So, golden triangle. Apparently not really that important to remember, so forget about all that.
You gotta have This area right here, you move between the sink and the stove and the fridge. You don't have to take so many steps. We had one house where there was this giant bar right in the middle of the kitchen, and it had counter space all around the bar. And to get to the fridge, you had to trek around the bar to get to the fridge, and you had to trek back around to get to where you were working. It was like the 50-mile trek. Because whenever I think of barndominiums, I think tall, like they're tall structures, right? Mm-hmm. So this area here is vaulted, but this area here is not vaulted. And so, is there a way to put in a stairway?
And that way you have an upstairs. What would be up there?
And then upstairs is where you have like bunks for the cousins to sleep in when the grandkids come. The grandkids have a place to just all have a bunk and a great big playroom. There's two things about kids. One, you want to be able to hear them and know where they are at all times.
Right.
And I want them to be able to hear me so that when I call for them, they can hear me and I don't have to yell or go searching for them. You know, we have the two girls, so they would each get their own room, but share a bathroom. I like that. That's really, really nice. And I like that the boys are over here, and they share a bathroom. And yet, here's their laundry. They can just do all their laundry right here. And yet, here they are. They have their own space. This looks like, I think that's big enough. A barndominium. Are you sure it's a barndominium? It's like a barndo mansion.
Barndo mansion.
I'm happy.
Excited to see more Barndominium content? Join us in the video above where we explore 3 fabulous Barndominiums as they go head to head in the Barndo Brawl. Also, don't forget to like and subscribe. See you next time on Home and Acre.